I want to talk to you about what it means to be a Christian. And for that, I need to reflect on how it all started. I mean, it was thousands of years ago that we believe as Christians God created. And there was, the first Adam and Eve, and all went well, and they pleased God, and God was happy. God was satisfied. And then it went wrong. It doesn't matter what the reasons are. They messed it up, and God withdrew something from them. That's something that could have made the difference, and that was His Spirit. Up to that point, they were obviously, complete human beings, body, soul, and spirit. That intuitive fullness of God in me, and I'm in God. Therefore, I can instinctively do God's will. Well, that just disappeared. It was taken away. So what happened then was many thousands of years of, let's call it the struggle, trying to do God's will, try to please Him, try to bring happiness, try to do the right stuff, the right thing, and it just didn't work, isn't it? So it's up and down the whole time, and God is disappointed. God punishes them. God keep on reminding them that He wants it to be different. For that, He used many people to try and influence, the people of that time, and it just didn't work. A whole dispensation that kind of just didn't work. And then after Malachi, it was about 400 years of silence, and then came the breakthrough in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and He became the second Adam. And in the second Adam, there was for us salvation. It happened on the cross, and what was broken get fixed, and that whole process. But I think that the real fullness and the real change for us as human beings is an understanding that it goes way beyond just forgiveness. It is a new life. It means that I receive back what was lost, and that is the Spirit of God. And by that I mean the power of the Spirit of God in me. Therefore, I can do the will of God. Therefore, I can, understand the will of God. I can make better, sound decisions. I can be ethical. I can do the right stuff. I can live on the moral high ground. What do I mean by that? I can become Jesus Christ for people, and others can follow me and walk in my footsteps, no different from what I walk in the footsteps of others, and as much as I walk in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. I mean, that's the gospel. That's what it means to be a Christian. The interesting thing is that, for many Christians, it is as if there's a way out. There's, I simply call them the Jesus cap Christians. They wear the cap with Jesus on it, but they don't really belong. They don't fit. They're not true. And it allows for mediocrity. It allows for, I will never be good enough. It allows for a lot of bad habits still. Yet you want to be a Christian, but you're not. You think you are. So the point here is not to try and convince you or convert you into something else. The point here is, where did it go wrong? And it went wrong because we missed the simplicity of the gospel and why Jesus came and what it meant to be a Christian. Don't try to make it more complicated, because that's what we do. That's what the churches do. The church has made Christianity so complex that most people today are just so confused in terms of, who to follow, where to belong, what to believe. It has become a dividing factor more than one that to bring, believers together and get them to unite in Christ. So for me, there's a very simple, clear understanding of what Christ did for me. And to be part of it asks for a very simple confession, and that is that Jesus Christ is the Lord. In other words, I submit to the authority of Christ in my life. So it's no longer me. It is the authority of Christ, therefore the will of God, therefore I can walk in the footstep, therefore I become. And this is who I am. I can't be anything else. And I'm going to explore this avenue, this journey more and more in video conversations like this one on what it means to be in Christ. By the way, I wrote a book last year. The title of it is enChristo, or In Christ. I wrote it in Afrikaans. Unfortunately, it's not translated into English yet. But in that book, I really tried to redefine this for me. I wrote the book for myself. It's my understanding of what it means to be a Christian in the times that we are living in, and why is it supposed to be different from what we experience every day. So I wish you a journey with me in this in Christ movement almost. This has got nothing to do with any church out there. I mean, this is really a movement of Christians who understand what it means to be in Christ, and in that they know what it means to have the power of Christ in them. Therefore, they can live the life that they ought to live every day. It's possible, and that's what we do. That's what makes me a Christian. And by that, I wish you well on the journey going forward.